Time is 6 o'clock. I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular monthly Rockwood City Council meeting. At this time, I'd ask that everybody stand for the prayer by former council member Harold Eastman and remain standing for the pledge of allegiance.
We thank you for your many blessings upon us. We thank you for this opportunity we have to live in this beautiful East Tennessee, and especially Rockwood. We ask you, Lord, to be with our council members tonight as they make decisions that you'll guide them in everything they say. We thank you for this country, and we thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Councilman Bryant.
Here.
Councilman Davis. Councilwoman Evans. Here. Councilman Fuller.
Here.
Councilman Reed.
Here.
Councilwoman Wilson. Here. Mayor Jolly.
Here. Let the minutes show that all members are present but Councilman Davis. You've had a chance to look over your minutes from the June 26th meeting. What's the will of the council?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Wilson. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Reed. Councilwoman Wilson.
Nothing.
Councilman Reed.
Nothing.
Any additions or subtractions? There be none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and there be none. Next is presentation and approval of financials. What's the will of council?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Fuller. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Wilson. Councilman Fuller.
We'll just turn it over to Miss Ruby.
You have a copy of all the bank statement information in your packet. In the general fund, as of June 30th, there was $1,122,276.53. Reserve and emergency was $247,762.45. In the payroll fund, there was $876.16. In the police drug fund, there was $42,970.63. State Street Aid, $290,479.41. In the small drug fund, excuse me, $6,607.54. Capital projects, $971,529.51, for a total of $2,682,502.23. You also have a copy of all the bank statements themselves, and you have a copy of the summary financials. This shows everything that was collected and spent through June 30th, and their expenses are what they are. There won't be any other things paid out in June, but there will be money continue to come in. So we'll still receive state funds and some other things between now and probably 1st of August sometime. So I will keep reporting at the August meeting on the June money that continues to come in. All the budgets ended well. Nobody overspent their budget. There's a few of the revenue lines that, as I said, will continue to grow, but most things were in line. Our sales tax, business tax, and all those things are going to come in way better than they even did last year. So we continue to be blessed with that since we didn't buy sales tax. So you have a copy of all the checks that were written in June, and there is a bunch of them because that's what happens in June. We close our year, and there's just a lot of things that have to be paid, but I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. And that's the financials for June 30, 2023.
Councilman Fuller. Any further comment? Councilwoman Wilson.
Nothing, sir.
Any further comment or discussion on the financials?
The department heads all did very well at staying within their budgets and are to be commended for having another good year.
Absolutely. Call the roll.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilman Davis is not here. Councilwoman Evans? Yes. Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Reed?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson? Yes. Mayor Jolly?
Yes. Let the record show Councilman Davis is here. Committee reports from council. Councilman Bryant will start.
I just have one thing, and it's probably going to be in need of future equipment, and it's going to be a gang mower. We'll probably have to look at that somewhere down the line. This other one's shot, so it's just future. Maintenance things. That's all I have.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Parks and Rec, as everybody knows, we did the Little League World Series this past weekend. There was a ton of people. If you drove by the complex, there's a ton of people. Just want to, Mr. Lower, the director of Parks and Rec, did an amazing job. It ran really well, and I know that a lot of the families, they play all over everywhere. And they come up to Ruthie and told them it was one of the best run tournaments they've seen was here in Rockwood. So everybody needs to pat themselves on the back and all the volunteers that came out. Thank you guys. And then on August 14th, we're doing the next Main Street Monday. So y'all make sure you come out because it should be a good time. That's all about it.
Councilman Fuller. Councilman Reed.
I also want to tell Kenny that his crew did a fantastic job.
Including you.
We had 2 days of downpours. They worked hard on the fields. They're to be commended. Miss Ruthie and my brother Alan worked hard putting this thing together. You just don't have a World Series and say we want it and just go down there and play ball. There's a lot of work that goes into a World Series. It takes months to prepare for it. And I think all the volunteers that came down and helped out, there were several in here that came down and worked. I thank you for everything that you've done. And Kenny, you did a great job.
Good job.
Councilwoman Evans.
No.
Councilman Davis. Okay, next will be public comment. First, we have a huge crowd. I want to thank everybody for bringing these kids here tonight. They're the future of our community. I look forward to seeing them for many years on the baseball field, hopefully. They don't lose interest in it. I hope they are encouraged to participate in sporting programs. It's very important. And I can't tell you how proud that we are of all you guys, all you kids, parents, for keeping them involved. Thank you so much. I'd like to ask the coaches to come up front and introduce your players, because there's no way I know everyone on the name. I'll tell you that. I know a couple of them. Kenny. I'm gonna ask Kenny to come down here because he played a big part in making sure the fields are ready for everybody, take care of all their needs and wants.
I just want to thank everybody again to reiterate what the mayor said. You know, parents, we had one of the highest numbers I can remember in a long time for kids signing up for baseball, and that's where we at Rockwood want our program to go, is forward. To reiterate, these 3 coaches took, as far as me and Mr. Reed can remember, the only time ever that Rockwood sent 3 teams to state, which is a big accomplishment for a city this size. So again, Bobby Davison, coach of 7, 8-year-old, if you want to call your team up. I'm sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe. They get confusing.
I'm Joe Daniels, coach of the 8U. Our team is Weston Beeson, Jace Blankenship,
Come on down here, fellas.
Keelan Cooper, Reed Creekmore, Titan Daniels, Javion Gallagher, Elijah McGarrett, Gavin McNeil, Zaylon Price, Liam Scarborough, Cy Willis. My assistant coaches is Johnny McGarrett. Come on down.
Come on down.
Sandra Price. Andy Wills.
All right, now 9 and 10, Bobby Davis.
All right, I'm Bobby Davidson. I got Kara Lawson, Kellen Davidson, Riley Scarborough. Then I had a bunch in the show because most of them are at football practice. Oh, I got Ethan Pitts, he's over there hiding from me.
Hey, smile.
We also had Colin Wiggins, Cooper Willis, Hunter Metcalf, Eden Johnson, Matt Laws, Luke Phillips, and Titus Betts. And my assistant coaches is Erica Davidson and Brian Scarborough.
And last but not least, 11-12, Mr. Matt Goddard.
I've got 2 or 3 that are at football practice. I'll start with them. We've got Connor Clark, Caven Brackett, Benjamin Collins. The ones that are here is Cabrin Hemingway, Julian Cantrell, Dakota Lawson, Zaylen Dyer, Jackson Stout, Jordan Treadway, Brantley Goddard, Randy Scott, Matt Cantrell is one of my assistant coaches. My other assistant is not here, is Roy Nichols.
Can the little fellas come up front?
You guys run back.
Sorry. There you go, let's go big one.
Work together.
You just gonna wait in the back, I guess.
One in the middle, right there. Yeah. There you go. Okay, you look mean or you can smile, like which one you want to do.
Yeah, I know.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Sit down, guys. Go sit down.
I will say, if you don't want to stay for me, now's the time to go. You don't want all these kids to stay? That's fine.
What's up, man? How you doing? Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next is our public comment. I have Don Carlock from the Rome Chambers here. Would you like to say anything? I know you handed your paper out. I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to say.
Real quick, we were thrilled to be able to help out with the baseball tournament. It was phenomenal, and lucky we got to do the billboard for it, so we're real happy about that. National Night Out, we want to push it. We know the police chief and some of the officers, the fire chief, and some of the officers and vehicles are going to be out there for National Night Out. It's going to be a big, huge event. We've got the entire park reserve, and there's 7 law enforcement agencies, 5 first responders, and 10 community agencies going to be there. Free food, live bands, no cost. So we're really excited about that and hoping we get a big turnout from the area. So I want to thank you for you guys, especially partnering with us over there. There's just upcoming events and just how we're helping out with social media with Rockwood. And please let us know how we can help with Rockwood. Thanks.
Okay, anyone on this side, folks? I will ask you, stand, state your name and your address, and keep it to 2 minutes, please.
Okay. I'm Denise Graves, and I'm really speaking for the residents of 401 to 417 Strange Street. We kind of need an update on that sidewalk. Kids about to start school. Y'all were supposed to fix it. You were waiting on senior. I don't know if I need to go up to Lowe's and get you some, or what needed to take place. Because that was a year ago, I put that call in, so, you know, I'm patient.
Yeah, you are. You're
To a point. So, I just want to see if we can, you know, before school starts, you know, and there's some elderly that want to walk, but it is a mess right there.
Okay, I wasn't aware of any of this.
Yeah, it's been a mess now. She's been dead for 12 years. It's been a mess since Sister Graves left, and it's still a mess. I mean, it's gotten worse. So if we could get somebody out there, I'd like this week, but I'll wait on y'all.
You want this week? You want tomorrow?
Well, I'm home all day, so.
You, if that's what you want to do.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, I appreciate it.
I'm Barbara Smith, I live in Rockwood, Post Oak Valley Road. I'm here again about the pool. I've missed a few meetings, I'm sorry about that, and I want to apologize too, first off, that I have to leave as soon as I get done because I've got another meeting to go to. But the pool closed early because of the condition it's in. And I don't know what the city has planned for the pool, but it is very important to our community. I know there's a lot of things that need to be done in our community, streets that need to be fixed and sidewalks and things. But the pool is something that our kids need, adults need, our swim team needs. It's something positive for the kids to do in the summer. Keeps them out of possibly going and getting into drugs. Who knows what mischief they could get into if they don't have something like the pool to go to occupy their time and do activities with. I just can't stress how important it is. I know there's people in the community that want to teach the infants how it's pool safety, to keep from drowning if they fall into a pool, how they can get in, get out, and protect themselves if they have an accident in the pool. There's just so many things that it's important to us for. I hear that there's been talk about maybe getting the state to help fund an aquatic center for the county, which would be wonderful year-round pool activities. But we still would need a local pool because kids wouldn't be able to go to an aquatic center every day like they do the community center. And I do want the city council to please keep the pool in mind and not close it permanently. It's very important to all of us. Thank you.
Anyone else on this side? In the middle. Mr. Jensen?
Wow, that youth there was really fabulous. All the young people, it's so beautiful. In our city, there's beautiful young people. This is a whole lot more. I just don't get to see it riding around with, truck and stuff. Anyhow, this is a wonderful country and a wonderful time to be living in. And my heart is singing out, and I wish to share a little bit of what I'm feeling with y'all. Please excuse me, but oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, forever winter rain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain, America, America, God should His grace on you, and crown my good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful, for pure, everyone join me, please. Pure like you don't know, for purity, whose stern passion stretch, of the heaven freedom across the wilderness. America, America, God mankind every flaw. Confirm my soul and self-control, my liberty and law. Oh, beautiful for heroes true in liberating strife. Through more than South their country life, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy glorify, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful for patriots, whose stern impassioned stretch a thoroughfare of freedom be across the wilderness. America, America, God shed His grace on me. Confirm my soul with self-control, my liberty and law.
Anyone else in the middle? Yes, sir.
My name's Ryan Lane. I live on Black Hollow Road. The recent heavy rain we've had has really affected Black Hollow Road. Every time it rains, the road gets covered with debris. And I've noticed, of course, people fly through there like it's the interstate, but they go from town to the industrial park. And I've noticed a couple of times after all that debris on the road, our neighbors had to take the bobcat up there and clear the road off because people hit all the gravels and the sticks and they slide. So I was wondering if maybe there was something that the city could do to help kind of control the water flow on the road, because it pretty much turns into a river with all the drainage coming off the interstate. So I just want to know if maybe there was something the city could do to kind of help divert the water and the debris from coming on the road, because as many blind curves, I hate for somebody to hit something and then go off one of the hills.
What'd you say your address was?
220 Black Hollow Road.
Rick, can you go up there and look at that? Anyone else on this side? Anyone on the right?
I think we had another youth leadership young man come in.
Yeah, we did. I'd like to recognize we have several. We got 5 students from Roane County Youth Leadership that are going through the program this time. I'd like you guys. We got 3 from Midway, 1 from Roane County High School, and 1 from Rockwood High School. Would you guys introduce yourself, please?
I'm Cheyenne Branson, I'm from Midway High School. I'm Reese Collier, and I'm from Midway High School. I'm Abigail Patterson from Midway.
I'm Katie Melbourne from Roane County High.
And I'm Aaron Summerall, I'm from Rockwood High School.
I'd like to thank you guys for being part of this program. It's important that this continues to keep going, and it takes a lot of work for you guys to do this and a lot of your own free time. And, I can't tell you how important it is that we have children like you or young adults like yourselves doing this, so thank you very much. Okay, under old business is ordinance 1293. I'd like to open the floor for a public hearing on ordinance 1293. Anyone over here? In the middle? Over here. Okay, I'd like to close the public hearing. This is a second reading, an ordinance amending section 2-102 of the Rockwood Municipal Code concerning the library. No, I'm sorry. Is that right? Yeah, the library board. What's the will of the council?
I make a motion, we accept.
Motion by Councilwoman Evans. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Davis. Councilwoman Evans?
No.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Any further comment on this? Call the roll.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans? Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Reed?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Jolly?
Yes. Next is ordinance 1294, an ordinance providing a discount for early tax payment on the property taxes. First reading. What's the will of the council?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Wilson, second by Councilwoman Evans. Councilwoman Wilson?
I don't think it's a good thing. I think we all like discounts, so it's a good thing.
Councilwoman Evans?
No.
Any further comment? Call the roll.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Reed?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Jolly?
Yes. Next is Resolution 2339. It's a resolution authorizing the city of Rockwood to participate in the Safety Partner Matching Grant Program. What's the will of the council?
May I ask a question?
Once it gets on the floor, you can.
Okay, I make a motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Evans. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Wilson. Councilwoman Evans?
I would like, what is the cost of this program? And what would the city's part be?
It's a grant from our insurance agency, Public Entity Partners. So if we spend $2,500, if we spend $5,000, they give us $2,500 back. And it's normally money we spend anyway. So I let the department heads take turns. Like one year we might get gloves and safety glasses and boots and different things for streets. Sometimes we'll get things that are needed in the fire department. This year, since we're getting new police officers, we might need a bulletproof vest. But it's always stuff that we pay for anyway. But if we apply for this, we get $2,500 of it back. So,
Regardless.
regardless, yeah. It just has to be items that they approve. So,
Anything further, Councilwoman Evans? Councilwoman Wilson?
No.
Any further discussion or comment? Call the roll.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Reed?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Jolly?
Yes. All right, next is approval on financing of the additional funds for the police in-car and body cameras. That's part of the violent crime grant we approved back in February. Our parts, what's left is $45,512. And I would recommend that we take it from the excess ARPA funds that we have. That we've not got assigned to anything at this point. That would be my recommendation.
Now, where would that money come from, did you say?
From our ARPA funds,
Okay.
What's the will of council?
So,
Make a motion, we accept.
Motion by Councilman Bryant, second by Councilwoman Evans. Councilman Bryant?
nothing else. You need it. Let's do it.
Councilwoman Evans?
Anything that we can do that improves the safety of our officers, I'm for it, yes, sir.
Any further discussion? Call roll.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans? Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Reed?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Jolly?
Yes. Next is approval to hire a firefighter. What's the will of council?
Make a motion, we hire a firefighter.
Motion by Councilwoman Evans, there's a second. Second by Councilman Davis. Councilwoman Evans?
No.
Councilman Davis? No. Any further comment or discussion? Call the roll.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans? Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Reed?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Jolly?
Yes. Next is, I want to appoint a committee, two from the city council, and I would ask the water department to appoint two people to discuss fire hydrants. I'd ask that someone approve, we would appoint Councilman Bryant and Councilman Davis to represent the city council. And then let Ms. Ramsey come back with two names that she would like to represent them. What's the will of the council?
Make a motion, we accept.
Motion by Councilwoman Evans, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Reed. Any further comment or discussion? Call the roll.
Councilman Bryant?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Fuller?
Yes.
Councilman Reed?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Jolly?
Yes. Next is comments from council. I'll start with Councilman Reed. Councilwoman Evans,
You may want to leave me to last.
leave you last. Councilman Davis. Councilman Bryant.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and what everyone's doing, all the city employees, police, fire. I can go on, just everyone. Thank you for your good and great job you're doing.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Just invite everybody out to Parks and Recs Main Street Monday on August 14th.
Councilman Fuller.
Parks and Rec is doing a great job.
Yes.
Main Street Amenity, World Series, everything turned out great, so congratulations to them.
Councilwoman Evans.
Let's make it a while. Since the beginning, this council, I have been talked about, slandered, said everything about, and I think just now figured out the reason why. Now, there's 4 people who got together, April, Becky, I think, and possibly Belinda, and maybe Francis, and made up a list of everything for the last 4 years that they say I owe the city of Rockwood.
I haven't gotten together with
This
you.
is-
Hold on a minute. No one, she asked for some information last month.
Yes.
That's all it was, that she asked for at the end of the council comments. Like, nobody, I want to say these employees are definitely not getting together and ganging up.
Who put all this together?
Because she asked for it, just like you ask for information every month to be put together, like rocking
I
around.
did.
That was, so she can ask as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to all be clear. That's all I'm saying. I just want you to know that our employees are not picking on you by no means.
Well, let me tell you something.
I won't stand for it.
Exactly, and neither will I, because if you ask me for anything, I am going to tell you up front, and I'll do everything that I can to make sure that what I do is right. Now, I had no idea, after all this time, after everything that's been said about me, that I was being charged for, no one has ever told me I owed a penny to the city for anything.
And no one
Not
sent
one
you a bill.
Oh, yes, they do. They gave me this. This is what they say I owe the city.
No, they didn't, nobody said you owed anything. They said, she asked for the information the month before, what has been spent on downtown events, downtown for the merchants and so forth. However she worded it. I'm just saying, she asked for that, but it's not a bill to you or anyone.
Oh, boy. What they expect to do to
And
get
I told you when we left, that was not a bill.
Let me tell you what it is. This is that I owe for employees, for ads in the paper, for Francis's pay, everything. Comes to $16,265.98 that they're saying that I owe the city. Now, there's a check for it, and you can tell them what they can do with that check. Because I am tired of it. Now, let me say this. We have had some fantastic reports this last month, and I think they're great. I do think that maybe I may ask for a lot of things, and I do, for the simple reason that when we are put on council, our main duty is to make sure that what we take in and what we spend is listed and is there. So that's why I asked for updates on what we spent and where it came from. As I say, we've had some great reports this month, but I would like to see more. And the ones that I want
Each month, going forward, I would like to have a list of all the monies that comes in from the rec department, the airport, and the golf course. We had a good report from the golf course, but I'd like to see how many people play golf and what they plan to play golf. And and then the restaurant, because I think we are losing a lot of money on the restaurant.
The restaurant, what comes in every month is the rent and whatever sales tax they pay us, right?
But we are paying all the utilities, water, gas, sewer, electric, and everything. So I want to see the utilities versus what that we're bringing in as rent. And I think we're going in the hole. So I want to see what it is. So yes, if you can do that for me, please. And I think at the golf course, I don't know who's doing this, Steve. And I think there is that each player, I believe we voted on this before, that they are to sign in. So that sign-in sheet and the money's taken in for that should match. So I think that's, and I don't think that's being unreasonable. That tells us exactly what money's coming in, where it's going out, and I think any of you out there can ask the same questions that I'm asking, and you're entitled to the same information. So I would like to see that taken care of, please. Okay?
Do we receive all the revenues from each department every month in our report, in our financials?
It should be, yes.
So we're getting all that information to us all now. Is that what you're asking for? The same thing?
I am, yeah. But I want to see, okay, so you take in $10 a day. I want to know where you took in that $10. And if you paid $10 out, I want to know where that $10 went. There's nothing wrong with that. That's keeping your
creating
finances.
a ton of work for all of our employees. I'm not saying you can't have the information, but I'm saying that creates a ridiculous amount of work when you've got check signers, you've got 4 that sit on this body, you've got financial officers. So is this out of spite that we're doing?
I have asked for this every month. And I think anybody's entitled to it. Anybody can ask where the money's coming from.
And they all would have to pay for that information. If anyone that requested that information in public, right there's a form, you gotta fill out a form and you
Well,
gotta.
it's quite obvious I'm paying for it.
Nobody has sent you an invoice for nothing. Anything further? I'd entertain a motion with adjourn. Motion by Councilman Reed, second by Councilwoman Evans. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? There be none.